Welcome guys back to another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily. We are back again with another video, and we have got some breaking news as Dani Ceballos is set to return to the club. The ever reliable Fabrizio Romano has once again reported that Arsenal are planning to announce the coming back of Dani Ceballos after he turned down 3 loan bids from Italy and Spain. Only Arsenal was his answer. A simple loan from Real Madrid, contract signed for Gabriel, no problem, it's 100% done. And Real Madrid are expected to give the green light soon for 3 deals: Dani Ceballos, James Rodriguez and Brahim Diaz. Obviously other players that have been linked with moves away from Real Madrid. And apparently Arteta did call Ceballos to convince him. 3 bids have been turned down to come to Arsenal. Green light should be coming from Real Madrid soon, and advanced talks and agreements are completed now. He said yesterday that an agreement was really close. Now it has been finalized. The loan deal has been agreed, and Dani Ceballos will be returning to Arsenal. This is huge news for the football club. Towards the latter end of last season, he was amazing. He was a pivotal part of Mkhi Arteta's plans, and he really showed that he can be a world-class player in the Premier League. Some of the passes he did, some of the plays he was doing, so, the early signs we saw from that performance against Burnley all that time ago, the start of last season, that seems like ages ago, like over a year ago now, that is now. And he played really well in that game against Burnley. He was running the show, man of the match performance. Everyone thought, we've got Dani Ceballos, what a brilliant player we have. And then he played under Unai Emery for a while. Obviously 3 managers this season. Unai Emery was the one who brought him in. Again, Unai Emery being Spanish, and Mkhi Arteta, again, Spanish manager coming in. So Mkhi Arteta and Dani Ceballos didn't start off with the greatest terms. Dani Ceballos didn't play that much even after he came back from his injury that he suffered against Vitoria, and then after lockdown especially. And since the game against Newcastle, the 4-0 win, he's featured in every single game up until the end of the season. So Dani Ceballos has been a pivotal part of Mkhi Arteta's plans, and he really wants to bring him back. What Fabrizio Romano just said there, that Arteta called him to convince him, that is big in itself. That Arteta really wants him back. And if we can add Thomas Partey and Hossein Mauer next to him, wow, what a midfield that could potentially be. Maybe even Granit Xhaka on the bench, maybe someone else like Willock, I don't know. But if we can get some sort of midfield like that going, then we would be sorted. But I think we need to add more than Dani Ceballos. This is not it. The loan deal, as we saw there, it was a simple loan deal. Now that means there is no obligation or option to buy again. That's really weird, because if Arteta really wants to keep him, surely there would be some sort of option, or at least or some sort of obligation, not even just an option to buy him at the end of this next loan, because we'd have to negotiate with Real Madrid again to try and either sign him on loan again. I don't think we'll loan him again after next season, but to try and buy him, if he does really well, then his price will be skyrocketed. I think that's one of the reasons we had 3 bids turned down for him, and one of the reasons that it's only just a simple loan deal, because Real Madrid know they can get more money next season if he does really well at Arsenal. But it will be very interesting to see what happens with this one. Fabrizio Romano, as of now, is just saying a simple loan deal. Hopefully it is with an option or an obligation to buy. That would be more likely, not likely, but it would be more better for Arsenal going forward. But I think most of Arsenal fans I know are really happy to have Dani Ceballos back on loan for the next season. It's not costing us anything really. His wages are not even that much, and I don't think there's really I don't think there was a loan fee last time, so I don't think there's going to be a loan fee this time. So I think this is really good news for Arsenal, and that is breaking news that Dani Ceballos is set to return to Arsenal. Next bit of news is on the fraud himself, Mesut Ozil, and apparently he has been offered a sensational £15 million per year contract by Saudi Arabian side Al Nassr, as he has been frozen out, and he's training with former teammate Matthew Flamini. Now, £15 million a year, that equates to around £312,000 a week. Now at Arsenal he's around 350,000. We did talk about a few weeks ago, I did do an interview with The Athletic, which he said, I decide when I leave. Mate, you do not decide when you leave, okay? You cost us so much money. You spun the Pash regime into giving you this huge contract, and you're frauding us out of it. You've done nothing for us over the last few years, and get out of our club. Get out. If you're listening, just get out of this football club. Disgrace. Getting into this report, he has been offered a £15 million a year by Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr, according to reports in Turkey. Fanatic claim Ozil, whose current deal at the Emirates expires next year, has been subject to an approach from Saudi Pro League outfit based in Riyadh. Al Nassr reportedly want to sign the German international this summer, but will try to persuade Ozil to join the club as a free agent next year if a transfer fee cannot be agreed with Arsenal. The playmaker has been ostracised from Mikel Arteta's squad, making 23 appearances in 2019-20, and the Gunners are exploring their options as they look to offload one of their highest paid players. Contrasting 23 appearances with Dani Ceballos' 40 appearances, that kind of just says it all, to be honest. In the meantime, the 31-year-old has been training with Getafe midfielder and former Arsenal colleague Matthew Flamini, with the pair posting a picture on their social media. Ozil's caption read, "It's always fun working out with people who motivate you. It is unlikely that Ozil will be accepted into the fold at Arsenal," after he publicly criticised the club hierarchy earlier this month, suggesting the club had been rushed into taking the pay cuts during the crisis. Ozil said, "We needed more information and many questions were unanswered. Everyone was fine with the deferral while there was so much uncertainty, and then a cut if required once the financial outlook was clearer, but we rushed into it without proper consultation. You have a right to know everything, where the money is going, but we didn't get enough details. We just had to give a decision. It was far too quick for something so important, and there was a lot of pressure. This was not fair, especially for the young guys, and I refuse. And when you see what's happened now with the 55 redundancies, maybe I was right." But Arteta speaking before the Community Shield win against Liverpool, he did dismiss the idea that players were not put into the pitch and defending the club's decision to lose jobs. The club had a very thorough plan of how they needed to restructure in order to be more stable for the future, said the manager. They were very convincing with every argument they gave to all of us that was the right thing to do. The players were happy to contribute in this difficult financial position. That doesn't mean that afterwards you're going to say in every decision made by the club. It can't work like that. At the end of the day, it was an obligation. It was a choice whether you wanted to do it or not. We tried to do the right things as human beings to help a club that has been supporting us, in my case for many years, in other cases here as well. Whether you're injured, sick, performing or not performing, we believe it was the right thing to do, and the club has to be free to fight for the future and in the most important and stable way." Now that's what Mikel Arteta has said about the situation. Now Ozil, if we can get him out, I don't care about a transfer fee. You know, getting him off the wage book saves us around £20 million a year. That helps us fund deals for Thomas Partey's wages, for Ceballos' wages. I'm pretty sure just Ozil's wages alone could fund Ceballos and Thomas Partey's wages. Literally, that is the kind of scale we're talking about here. And yeah, we need to get him off the wage book. Hopefully we can. Even if we can't get some sort of transfer fee, just getting the wages off the book would be so key for us. Hopefully we can try and reach some sort of agreement with the Saudi side, and hopefully if he apparently loves the club, then hopefully he will stop frauding us out of that much money and leave the club. You know, he is a Muslim, and he you know, Saudi Arabia is a Muslim country, so hopefully he might look at that and say, you know, why not just go and live there? That might be a good option for him. And you know, so that might be a good option for him, and the money is very similar to what he is earning at Arsenal. And apparently he might be Prince of Saudi Arabia. He had been offered some sort of that. There's no concrete reports of that, but there has been some sort of rumours of that. But that is the news, that Ozil has been offered a way out of this football club. Please, you Saudi club, do it. Please sign Ozil. Please sign him. Get him away from here. Please. Next bit of news is on Henrik Mkhitaryan. Now apparently he has now officially left the club. I think we kind of knew this from June, because his agent came out and said that Arsenal had terminated his contract, but Arsenal have officially released a statement which says Henrik Mkhitaryan has joined Serie A side AC Roma on a permanent basis. Mkhi leaves following a season-long loan in Italy. We have agreed to terminate his contract with us by mutual consent to allow him to join Roma in a permanent move. The Armenia international joined us from Manchester United in January 2018 and memorably marks his first Premier League start for us with a hat-trick of assists in a 5-1 win over Everton. During his time with us, Mkhi helped us reach the 2019 Europa League final, and he claimed a total of 13 assists and scored 9 goals in all competitions as a gunner. A history maker for his country, Mkhi is Armenia's all-time top goal scorer and has been named Armenian Player of Football of the Year 9 times. Everyone at Arsenal thanks Mkhi for his contribution for the club and wishes him all the best with his future at Roma. So yeah, Henrik Mkhitaryan has officially left. Now I'm happy with this because he did come on a swap deal with Alexis Sanchez. You think about that swap deal, Alexis Sanchez, again, he went on loan to Italy, and then Man United terminated his contract and he's gone back to Italy. Same exact thing with Henrik Mkhitaryan. So that swap deal has probably been a huge failure. You know, Arsenal I think got a bit more out of Mkhitaryan. He was quite influential in, you know, getting us to the Europa League final. He was a good player, and I wasn't saying he was really bad. He wasn't that bad, but he did alright for us, made some good contributions, and yeah, moving on, you know, getting all those wages off the book, because obviously there was no transfer fee involved. You know, we got rid of Sanchez to bring him in, so we had him on quite high wages. He was around £180,000 a week. That is a lot of wages, and we don't even have to pay some sort of severance fee. You know, he's just gone because it's mutual consent, and getting those wages off the book again helps us to fund more deals. And I think, you know, that is very, very good, getting that off. And yeah, that is good, and getting Mkhitaryan away, and I wish him all the best, and I can't say no more because this has been finalised from like June, and Arsenal for some reason are announcing this now. But that is the news that Henrik Mkhitaryan has officially left the club for AS Roma. Next bit of news is on Sead Kolasinac. Now these links to Schalke are now really hotting up, as apparently Kolasinac is willing to accept a Schalke pay cut. According to Bild, Sead Kolasinac is so keen to return to former club Schalke they will accept a significant pay cut to make the move happen. He is under contract for another 2 years until 2022. The Bosnian left back is thought to be surplus to requirements at Arsenal, with Kieran Tierney and Ainsley Maitland-Niles both capable of playing on the left of defence. The other day Schalke said that, you know, the reports coming out were like, you know, they would want to take him on loan but you know, they can't really afford all his wages, because, you know, he's said to be on around £100,000 a week, because we did bring him in on a free transfer. So when you bring someone in with no transfer fee, you tend to put them on quite high wages. And Schalke's finances are in a real mess, and you know, even before COVID-19 with Schalke, they had amassed significant debts, and that situation has only got worse. In June, billionaire chairman Clemens Tönnies resigned a Munich-based publication, I'm not going to pronounce it, something like Zaytoon, claimed the club would introduce a salary cap of €2.5 million for the next season. They also had to take a €40 million loan from the state of North Rhine-Westphalia just to secure the club's short-term survival. So yes, Kolasinac would need to take a huge salary cut to move to Schalke, or they'd rely on the generosity of the Gunners, who'd have to massively subside his wages if a loan move were to be agreed. The latter doesn't seem particularly likely. Indeed, for a potentially very small saving, you'd probably rather have Kolasinac in and around your squad. It's not like he's throttling the development of any youngsters coming through the ranks, and he could be useful in cup competitions. When yeah, so that's the report suggesting that Kolasinac would probably take a pay cut to move back to Schalke. Now, what it said in the last bit, that, you know, a loan move where Arsenal pay most of his wages, I don't think that's a good option, because he's not been that bad. He's been bad towards the end of the season when Mikel Arteta played him at centre back. That wasn't a great option. Obviously, what you did against Spurs was very bad. Obviously, it was unforgivable, some would say. And yeah, we need to get him off. Again, I don't know if we're going to get some sort of price. I think we need to try sell him for a price. Yeah, I think he is worth around 15 to 20 million pounds. Roma have said to have some interest, around 5 to 6 million euros, because they've just sold one of their left backs. I can't remember what's his name. I can't remember his name, but AS Roma are looking for a left back, and apparently Sead Kolasinac could be the one. Again, if we can't get rid of him, then it's not all bad, but I'd rather, you know, get rid of him, bring some money in so we can fund moves, because Maitland-Niles can play in that position. And yeah, we could have Bellerin or maybe someone else there, and Cedric, and then on the left hand side you have Niles and Tierney, so that makes more sense. And Saka can also play in the left as well. So yeah, we should be getting Kolasinac away, but these reports from Germany that Schalke want him back are really intensifying. It will be very interesting to see what sort of agreement can be reached. But that is the news that, you know, Kolasinac is willing to take a pay cut to move back to Schalke, and apparently he wants to become a captain there. Last bit of news is on Emi Martinez and Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and apparently Arsenal want to offer both of them, Martinez and Ainsley Maitland-Niles, shock new contract despite transfer talk. Arsenal want to tie down Emiliano Martinez and Ainsley Maitland-Niles to new contracts once they agree a deal with skipper Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. FA Cup final sensation Martinez kept the #1 shirt ahead of fit again Bernd Leno for last Saturday's Community Shield clash with Liverpool. While Wolves target an England squad new boy Maitland-Niles also shone at Wembley, boss Mikel Arteta is waiting for the striker Aubameyang to sign the new 3-year £250,000 a week deal he's been offered, and planned a £27 million signing for Lille centre-back Gabriel Magalhaes has also gone into slow motion over the last few days. So today only Willian has signed for Arsenal, but the Mirror say Arteta is also focusing on retaining Argentine Argentine keeper Martinez, 27, whose situation has been monitored by Aston Villa, and the Spanish boss has in effect done a U-turn on versatile Maitland-Niles, who we did talk about the other day about the U-turn, and apparently there has been a U-turn on Emi Martinez, as you know, Arteta wants to keep him. Wolves had a £50 million bid rejected for Maitland-Niles, and apparently his importance to the squad has soared in the past week, according to Arteta, and other Premier League rivals have also been linked with him. Now it seems like he'll stay at the Emirates, both of them, Emi Martinez and Maitland-Niles, boosted by potential pay rise and extension to his 3-year contract. That is for Maitland-Niles. Now Emi Martinez at the moment, he's got 2 years left on his deal. He's only on £20,000 a week compared to other players in that squad. That's peanuts, isn't it? I'm pretty sure Martinelli's on more than Emi Martinez, and Martinez potentially being a #1 keeper, he needs to be earning more than that, but it's going to be hard to tie down Martinez because, you know, he loves the club, and I think he would have no problem accepting that, but he needs, you know, he's 27 years old, you know, so he needs to be a #1 keeper at this stage of his career, especially when he's been performing so well for Arsenal. So I think he has to think carefully before signing that deal with Arsenal, because can they guarantee him first choice, you know, because you got Bernd Leno there as well. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with that, but that is the news that Arsenal are set to offer Emi Martinez and Ainsley Maitland-Niles new contracts despite transfer talk. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please hit that subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.